turns on the way out.
Yeah.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the stream. Thank you for watching, for those that are. Prior to our quick break, our adventuring party did a pretty successful job obliterating the fire beetles that were put before them and driving the mama beetle back into her cave as per Grum's titlement of her. They have come back and talked to Boren about a alternative method of getting into the cave. Boren has suggested that they go and speak with Marcus, the townsmith, to see if he has any work for them, and trying to earn his trust before asking him questions about the methods that he uses to travel the outskirts of Ascension and do his hunting. So, we will be picking back up with Michael, who is playing Morgan, going and speaking with Marcus first, who had kind of split off on his own. Sorry, cats are freaking out.
Sorry, it comes out sometimes.
Morgan, it is on you, sir.
Okay, are we gonna have a map for it or just playing it off here?
Nope, this one's Theater of the Mind.
Okay. So, Morgan's gonna walk in to the shop, and is there anybody in the shop? Or is it just me and...
In the smithy?
Yeah.
When you walk in, you definitely see someone standing over on an anvil, working a hot piece of metal. Shirtless, wearing full-legged pants, and pretty much looks like he's covered in ash and soot. And when you walk in, you definitively get a blast of a sulfurous smell right up your nose.
Excellent. Does he notice me when I come in? Or is there like a little bell?
There is no bell, and he is very intently just smashing away at this piece of metal.
Okay. Does he have a main like countertop that he does business off of?
So,
I'm gonna set the...
just inside the door, kind of off to the right, there's a very small, almost like a podium that has a large wooden box on it with a lock. And that you would probably guess is where he tends to handle any transactions.
I will set the bag down next to the podium.
Okay.
And I will point at him, casting message, and whisper, "When you have a moment, I have some business I would like to bring to your attention." I do it. I say it kind of softly, not like too much. I'm not trying to shock him. Just a calm little whisper.
So, at your casting message and speaking in his mind, you see the muscles on his back. And I mean, this is a big guy. He's, 6'1", 6'2", and looks like he could probably wield Novak's greatsword one-handed if he really wanted to. He is a big guy. He makes his last strike as your voice enters his head, drops the hammer, throws the piece of metal into a quenching pot, where he uses it to quench the heat of the blade or whatever he's working on. Turns around and looks at you and says, it's not very polite to speak into people's minds without permission.
I apologize. I meant no disrespect. I didn't want to disturb your work.
No, tit for tat there, I guess. What do you want?
I open up the bag and I pull out one of the stomachs. I was told you frequently purchase these items when ever collected from the fields.
To this, he kind of raises an eyebrow. How long you been here?
With keen mind, how long would I have been here?
You would have probably been here at this time. Couple hours. You haven't been here long.
I reached port a couple of hours ago.
I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit there.
Oh, I said I made port a few hours ago.
Adventuring group?
You could say.
How many of you?
5 total. Actually, 4 total, plus the, plus that Grum fellow who joined us. That makes 5.
Grum joined you.
Morgan nods to him.
Everybody make it back safe?
Yes, sir.
Good. And he kind of grabs an apron up off the table next to where he was working on the piece of metal, wipes his hands clean, comes over and extends a hand. Name's Marcus.
I take the hand. Morgan.
Nice to meet you. How many bellies you got for me today?
5 for right now, but we're planning on going back for more, and as I say this, I'm taking out the rest of them for him.
Okay. He proceeds to inspect the bellies. And as he's looking them over, and you can tell he doesn't give a damn about how dirty his hands get. He's just literally rolling them around in his hands, checking them for size, weight, making sure they're not ruptured. Grum take these out, or did you?
We tried on 2 of them. We let Grum do the rest.
That's a good choice. He's pretty good at it. He's done it for a long time now. Well, the standing rate is 5 gold pieces per. These appear to be basic fire beetle bellies. Good condition. Here is your 25 gold. And he opens the box on the table there and pulls out 25 gold pieces and hands it to you. After handling the bellies, it's a little bit grime covered now, but gold is gold. It spends the same.
That's fine.
So, how long are you going to be in Ascension?
Probably for a while, or, as Grum says, until I die.
Oh, you came back from the fire beetles. That's a start. It's better than a lot of people do.
What would the mother beetle run me?
To this, he raises an eyebrow very high. You think you can take the mother beetle?
I kind of lean back and kind of stretch my muscles. It's like, well, I damn near killed her if she didn't run back in the cave.
You made her run.
And he nods.
I'm impressed. I've only ever seen 2 other groups of people try to fight that thing. The first group went without Grum. They didn't last long. Second group, Grum went with. Spent a long time in bed rest. Being taken care of by Boren.
I heard about that. We would have went after her, but it appeared the whole brood of beetles appeared at the entrance of the cave to protect her, so we took the smart route and backed off.
A lot of beetles in that cave. Well, if you end up with more beetle bellies, feel free to come see me again. But I need to finish working. I'm getting ready to go on a hunt. Need to bring back some meats.
I nod and do my farewells, because I don't know that everybody else is coming to me.
Right.
Appreciate doing this with you.
Same. And remember, don't die out there.
That's the plan.
And he kind of waves half-heartedly as he's walking away and going back to his work.
I'll go ahead and step out.
Okay.
I'm going to take my 5 gold, put it in my purse. And the other 20, I'll keep in my pocket to give out to the rest when I see them.
Okay. So at this point, you're going to start heading back towards the group?
Yeah.
Okay. About this time, you guys would have been walking back towards the entrance here. And you guys would probably meet right around here if you were all walking back towards one another. You guys heading towards Marcus and, of course, Morgan heading towards the rest of the group.
Hey, Wizard Man. Did you get your gold?
Yes, I did. And I pull out the 20 gold pieces. I issue 5 to Ocean, 5 to Novak, 5 to Charisma, and then I go to hand 5 to Grum. Unsure if he's going to take it or not, but I offer it to him anyway.
Whoa. I remember getting paid. Okay. He takes it happily.
5 stomachs, 5 gold pieces apiece, 5 total, 5 gold for each of us.
And, Grum, this would be the first time anyone has actually paid you in coin.
So, can I have my meat bag back?
Oh no, I didn't take the meat back. I just
Right.
Yeah, I took
okay, fair enough. So he drops the coins in his meat bag.
So what'd y'all find out?
So I don't remember things very well.
So I turned from Grum to the rest of the party. Well, what did y'all find out?
He recommended us talk to Marcus, see if he has some work for us. He said Marcus would have the most information about the that cave.
And hearing this, I kind of perk up and like, he has work. He did say he was going to go hunting here shortly.
Maybe we can assist him on that.
Let's go back and talk to the man.
All right.
Sounds good.
Marcus is nice. He's my friend.
We'll let you take the lead on that then, Grum.
I guess we go to the smithy.
Yeah.
Alright. So, the group makes it over to the smithy. And Grum, knowing Marcus before he even opens the door, gives a sharp 3 raps on the side of the door. And then opens the door to go in. Marcus is already, before you guys actually even make it fully through the door, has already stopped working on what he was working on. And is wiping his hands on his apron again.
Hey, Marcus.
Hey, Grum. How are you doing, buddy?
Good. We got to kill some beetles today. It was great. They didn't die.
I can tell. You okay? You didn't get hurt?
A little bit. It's alright.
He kind of looks at you. Doesn't see any major wounds. Reaches over and grabs a great big water skin and takes a long pull off the water skin. So, what are they here for, Grum?
Work. That's what they're all here for, right?
Usually. Let me guess. Boren sent him?
Uh-huh.
Of course he did.
I think we got... You need help with the hunting tonight?
No, not with the hunting. I had told Boren a little while back that the next group of lousy adventurers that showed up... adventurers looking for work that showed up. Sorry. I needed help clearing out the cellars. We've got a bit of a rat infestation.
At this point, I will walk into the shop with everybody else and just sit in the back listening.
Okay.
A rat infestation, you say?
Yeah.
Does clearing out this rat infestation pay?
Well, that depends. You bring me
Depends
back
on
their
what.
tails, I'll pay you 2 gold apiece for them.
Jeez, 2 gold apiece? I don't know if us lousy adventurers can even do that. I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a really hard task. About maybe 3 gold apiece?
Look, this isn't a large town. We don't have a whole lot of money. We can pay enough to feed you. I know Boren. He's probably already given you your rooms for free. Here's the reality. I'll give you 2 gold apiece per tail. You guys split it up however you want with your little ragtag band. But if you want to make a little more gold, after you get rid of the rats, there's a bunch of nests where they keep breeding. You get rid of the nests, you get rid of the large rat. Give you 500.
What is it with this town having a large everything? Oh, my gosh.
You managed to get rid of the big rat. Give you 500 gold. Bring me back his crown.
500 gold?
Yup. You can split it and do whatever the hell you want with it. But to prove to me that you killed it, you gotta bring me back his crown.
You said his crown?
Crown. All
Yeah.
right.
You know,
I extend my hand. Let's shake on it. Got yourself a deal.
Reaches out and locks hands with you, shakes on it. Alright.
Marcus,
Yeah, Grum.
I mean, you know I don't have any problem killing the rats, but, Hopper Rat is kind of mean. I mean, I know you're all city folk and whatever, and you're not used to the Outlands, but, this isn't just like some little mouse or something. This thing is huge, and it bites, and it actually wears a crown on its head.
Hey,
Well, I would
Grum.
hope it actually does wear a crown on its head, because otherwise, what are we going to bring back?
After we get the crown, can I keep it?
No, it's mine. You
Oh.
stole it from me. I made it. I want it back.
It was Grum's crown. I made it. Well,
Okay.
he made it under my supervision when he was trying to learn blacksmithing.
Okay.
Hey, Grum.
Huh?
Morgan is kind of like leaning back against the wall with his arms crossed, and he takes one hand out and withdraws the same magical rod he used on the Beetle Queen. You think this can help take him out?
Do you have another one?
I can use this a couple times.
At the same time, twice?
3 times if you're nice.
Okay, can we bring another one of you? Or 2?
Oh, we'll be fine.
I'm gonna look over at Marcus. Which do you think's more difficult to kill, the beetle mother or the rat king?
Based on my experience, more people have tried to fight the beetle mother.
Yeah, but that's because they all die before they get to the Rat King.
Don't worry about it. Take a deep breath. We'll relax a little while longer. Go chop this rat's head off. And be rich. Easy peasy.
I mean, I'm fine with it. I know how to turn into a butterfly and then just fly away.
Hey, if you fly
just
away, you don't get a
just don't
share of the
wanna-
gold.
Well, I only do that when everybody else is dead.
Alright. Well, then in that case, you will never ever have to turn into a butterfly, I guarantee it.
Cool. Okay. I mean, you guys did well in the other out in the field, so I look forward to it. Maybe I'll actually get to learn your names.
Maybe.
Where exactly is the rat king supposed to lair at?
Marcus walks over to the table where you had paid Morgan and opens up the box, pulls out a silver key. Go back into town, go to the store, the general store. Behind the general store is a cellar. Go in through the cellar, get rid of the regular rats. You guys make it through the regular rats, try to find the opening in the wall that leads into the sewers.
Okay. I'll go ahead and take the silver key.
He hands it to you. Remember, if you want your 500 gold, bring me back the crown.
Gotcha. Alright, troops, let's rock and roll.
Does Marcus sell?
Are we
anything,
going
or
to
is he
go
just-
nap first?
Yeah, I think it'd be better if we rest at the end before we went. This isn't time restraint this time.
And what was your question, Novak?
I was wondering, does he sell anything here, or does he just make stuff?
He, from what you can see, he only really makes things there. If there's a custom order, he might do it there specifically.
Okay. Later on, I'm just gonna want to go to the general store and buy some stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll stop at the general store before we go.
Okay.
Just take-
So are you
take a look.
guys all leaving the smithy?
Yeah.
Okay. As you're all getting ready to leave,
Bye,
Marcus
Marcus. I'll bring you jelly next time.
kind of reaches out and grabs you by the shoulder, Grum, and stops you and kind of closes the door behind the rest of the group. Now, Grum,
Uh-oh. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Seems kind of rude.
it's not what you did, Grum. It's what I need you to do.
Uh-huh.
If they look like they're going to fall, get out. Your family here. They're strangers. You come home safe.
Don't worry. I got a couple of the pellets that you gave me, and I know how to swim real well.
Alright. You be safe out there, Grum. And he kind of pats you on the shoulder, and then walks back over and starts gathering his stuff to go hunting.
Bye, Marcus.
Bye, Grum.
And Grum comes outside. We're going shopping? I've never been shopping before. They just kind of give me stuff out of pity, I think.
You can come shop with us. And pick out stuff you want. With your own money. That'll be nice.
Alright. So, you guys are heading back into town?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you go back into the town, you get in just inside the town, and for the first time not being in any kind of a rush or trying to get anywhere specifically an immediate necessity, you kind of start to look around and notice the signs hanging out in front of the buildings. You notice that these 3 buildings do not have any signs in front of them. You notice that this building says Merchant's Emporium. This building says Armory. And if you wander a little bit farther into the town itself, you see the Alchemist Shop, and then you see the General Store.
Okay, so one more time. What was it again?
You have, let me see here. Merchant's Emporium, the Armory, the Alchemy Shop, and the General Store.
I just need to grab some weapons, so I guess I just need to go to the general store.
And then up here would be the inn. You guys can see the writing, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So everybody's heading to the general store?
I'm not. I'm just gonna go straight to the inn.
Okay.
Snag my room.
Okay. So, who all is going to the general store?
I will be.
I'll make my way there. I'm gonna stop at the merchants. I'm gonna basically walk the town, I guess.
I guess I'll stick with Morgan.
I'm gonna go to the inn.
Alright. So, for the people that are going to the inn, you go inside, and it's pretty cozy. There's a very small front room. There's a doorway off to the right, and you assume that that doorway is probably what leads off to the rest of the building. Whoever is making those, thank you.
She.
As you guys get inside, you notice that there is a rather large, rotund individual sitting in a very large chair behind the counter with a bunch of keys hanging behind him. He's nose deep in a book and not paying a lick of attention.
This is at the inn?
Yep.
Okay. Not it.
Nose goes.
Well, I know.
I'm staying with Morgan. Gonna walk around the town and whatnot.
Okay. So, who all is in the inn again? We have Charisma and Ocean?
Yeah, I believe so.
Which is weird that we're together.
Separate rooms.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, the innkeeper is not paying a lick of attention to you. He's, like, you can just barely see the top of his forehead over his book.
What you reading there, fella?
No response.
I lean in really close. Hello there.
He jumps with a start, drops the book, and you can, from what you can tell, it looks like you just woke him out of a dead sleep. Who's there? What do you want?
How's it going? Are you
Oh,
reading or sleeping?
customers. It's been a while since I've had some customers. And as he starts talking, you very quickly detect the smell of booze on his breath.
Drinker. Alright, well, I need myself a room.
Are you here for business or pleasure?
Business.
Business. Alright, so the hookers are up. Are you sleeping with the tiefling chick over there?
Definitely not.
No.
No. Yeah. And he kind of like leans in like he's trying to whisper to you. I hear that the tiefling chicks do the freakiest stuff, man.
Couldn't tell ya.
You're lost, buddy. Alright, I presume you're adventurers. You're here to kill the critters.
Absolutely we are.
Alright. So, have you talked to Boren yet?
Of course we've talked to him already.
What's he look like?
Late 70s, early 80s, long white hair and beard.
Yeah, that's the guy. Alright, hold on. And he turns around and like falls out of his chair and kind of half stands up and reaches out and like shakily grabs a couple of keys off the wall. And you notice over each key is a number. And you see 1 through 10. The 2 keys he pulls down are 5 and 9. And he kind of falls back over the counter and sets the keys down. Hey, man, these are your rooms. If there's any funny business, you don't do it in my inn. Okay?
Whatever you say.
Hey, man, you
Funny
guys...
business? Excuse me, you offered hookers.
Look, man, that's a professional commodity, and they're offering a service. You be nice to my ladies.
You don't have any men? That seems sexist.
Well, you don't get a lot of women in here.
I wouldn't understand at all why.
Me either. If you know any, man, you need to let them know to come here. Man, Arnold, man, best innkeeper in town.
Only innkeeper in town?
Hey, yeah, I might be. That's...
Well, that makes you definitely the best, right?
Yeah, Arnold, best innkeeper in town, man. You guys enjoy your rooms. And hey, if you decide you want those hookers, let me know.
I'll pass. I'm gonna go to my room now. Thank you.
I'll let you know.
Hey.
Oh, wait, is there any way that I could get some hot water brought up?
Hold on. And he... 2 sharp claps, and this really little short chick comes running up. Huh? Yes? Yes, Arnold, what do you need? Look, dude, these guys want some hot water, and he might need a hooker later. So, you take care of them. They're our customers. Boren said that they could stay here, so we're going to let them stay here, and you're going to take care of them, okay? Okay, Mr. Arnold. Okay, What rooms did he give you guys?
5 and 9.
Okay, I'm sorry. He's usually pretty drunk. Um, right over here, and she kind of starts walking you through the inn and shows you where the dining area is, which is just through that first door. And then just past the dining area is a line of rooms on the left and a line of rooms on the right. And she shows you where room number 5 is and room number 9 is. And okay, well, who needed the hot water?
The lady.
Me, please.
Okay, I will have a tub of hot water brought to your room here in a little bit. And was he serious about the hookers?
He's drunk as all hell.
Okay, because we don't have any hookers. He keeps sending sheep to people's rooms. I don't get it.
He is drunker than hell.
Bad business practice.
He's got a drinking problem for sure. I'm sorry. We'll do our best to take care of you. For what it's worth, the food is really good. We serve an excellent sausage and egg breakfast. And for dinner tonight, we're having pork chops and hash browns. And if you are looking for drinks, our fire starter whiskey is the best in town.
Great to know. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. You guys have a wonderful evening. I'll be right back with your tub of water.
Thank you.
And she scurries off to do her work.
All right, I'm off to my room. I grab key number 9.
Okay.
I'm just going to head to my room, shut the door, lock it, whatever I can, and then just sit down and pray.
Okay.
Do my paladin thing.
Okay. And you, Miss Charisma?
I'm going to wait for my bath water, and I'm going to pull out a absolutely nothing but a spell. I'm going to use hold on, I want to look and see if it's even possible. I'm going to try to use yeah, I can. I'm going to use thaumaturgy. Instead of making the ground shake, I'm going to make the tub shake so it has bubbles.
Okay. So, the young girl comes back bringing the little tub with some warm water in it, and has a rag for you and hands it to you, and surprisingly, the tub is in really nice condition. The water is actually quite warm, and the rag is clean.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Please don't hesitate to ask me if you need help. Please don't go talk to go talk to Arnold.
Okay then.
Okay. You have a wonderful evening. I gotta go back to work.
Okay, thank you.
And she runs off, her little short legs just a toddling away. And you can take your bath.
Excellent.
Alright, so jumping back to the rest of the group, Novak, Grum, and Morgan. What are you guys doing?
I want to hop from shop to shop, I guess, in clockwise order from the armory across. Just window shopping and getting an idea of what they have, how much.
Okay, so...
And I'll be going with Morgan, having some small talk, and I'm mainly looking for just some weapons, but I'm tagging along with him.
Okay. And Grum, you're just kind of tagging along for the sake of someone said you got to go shopping?
Grum is gonna go and spend all 5 of his gold on candy.
Okay. So, as you guys start to wander towards the armory, you notice Grum just kind of, all of a sudden, runs off to the general store.
I want candy and tarts and sweets and donuts. Just fill the bag. Here's 5 gold.
So, are they kind of look at you, and you sit there and kind of wait for a moment, and lady looks at you and goes, "Okay, Grum. Now remember, don't eat all this in one go. You remember what happened last time we gave you a bunch of candy?"
I threw up all over the wall.
Okay. And who's gonna clean it up if it happens again?
Me.
Okay. And she very, very purposefully avoids your meat sack and loads a separate sack with a bunch of candies and tarts and sweets and throws in a couple of chocolate mealworms that are new to the general store. And these are on us. You go ahead and try these.
Full of excitement.
All right.
And once the bag is full and the exchange is complete, he will leave like a child in glee and sit on the stoop outside and eat his candy.
Okay. So, Morgan and Novak, as you are window shopping, you go to the armory first, and just kind of looking through the window, you see a couple of great swords hanging on the wall, some shields, a couple of pieces of armor. You see a couple of anvils, a couple barrels full of arrows, some bows and arrows, just basic generic weapons and armor, and basically what you would expect to see in a generic armory.
Does he have any javelins or any hand axes?
You looking through the window can see what you would imagine are probably spears or javelins, and several various types of axes laid out on the walls and tables.
Okay, I'm gonna go in there then.
Okay.
I'll follow behind. I don't see anything that screams to me.
Okay. So you go inside the armory, and inside the armory is a rather slender male human. Doesn't look like somebody that you would expect to know a lot about any of the weapons or the armor. He's a pretty skinny guy. Doesn't look like he's ever seen a day of fighting in his life. He's really pale. But he's kind of standing behind the counter. He's got some glasses on, and he's just kind of eagerly waiting and says, "Oh, customers, we haven't seen any of you guys in a long time. What do you want? What do you need? What do you like? What do you need? What do you need?"
I could use 2 javelins and a spear.
2 javelins and a spear. Okay, 1 second. And he kind of hops up off the little goofy stool that he's sitting in and kind of scurries around the shop, and he's looking at all the labels. He's got little notches cut into the wood for what everything is. And you're really starting to get the feeling that this guy has no idea what he's doing here. He's probably covering for Marcus while he's working.
If I see him, I'll just point to him, like, 2 of those, 1 of those.
Okay, and he takes your direction very happily. And, "Oh, thank you, sorry. I'm not very good at this. I tend to work more in the alchemist's lab, but we kind of needed me over here because Marcus needed to do some work in the actual forge. So, thank you." And he runs over and starts, like, trying to pick up the javelins and really can't quite lift them. And he's like, so...
I got it.
Thank you. I am very bad at this. I am so sorry. That's gonna be... carry the 1, and he sits there and he kind of starts doing some general math in his head. Let's see, so 1 gold plus, it's gonna be 2 gold pieces.
Alright, and I hand him 2 gold.
Okay, so you now have 1 spear and 2 javelins that you can add to your inventory.
Awesome, I'm good.
What about for you, sir? And looks at Morgan.
Oh, no, I'm fine. I'll said you worked at the alchemy.
You're breaking up really, really bad. Full on robot.
A sec. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. I ask him, oh, I don't need anything here, but you said you worked at the alchemist shop?
Yeah. I've spent a lot of time in the alchemy shop. That's what I'm best at.
Okay, and I'm just window shopping, but I'm gonna be heading there here shortly, so maybe whenever you're done, you can show me some of the stuff over there.
Well, I'm not gonna be able to make it over there, but my dad Tim is.
What's your name?
My name's Robert. Nice to meet you. And he kind of reaches his hands out feverishly, ready to shake your hands.
I'll shake his hand.
Well, if you go in there and you let my dad know that I sent you, he'll take really good care of you. It's a really nice alchemy shop. Just don't go in the back room.
Okay.
Well, if there's nothing else I can do for you, the Merchants Emporium is to the west, and then there's the alchemy shop to the northwest, and then the general store is right across the street.
Thank you for your help.
Thanks so much. Turn to Morgan. I'm finished, sir.
And he kind of goes and sits back on his stool and starts kind of like bouncing, really happy that he made a sale.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over to the merchant emporium and kind of poke in, see what I can see.
So, in the Merchants Emporium, you see a man in brilliant red and gold robes. This is the nicest looking person that you have seen in this place so far. Huge smile on his face, eagerly waiting to see you as soon as you walk through the door. So, yeah, man. Look, so we got some really nice stuff in here, man. We got, let's see, we got some trinkets over here. We got some whatchamacallits over here. We got some doodads in the back. I mean, what do you need? What do you know? How much gold do you have? These are all things that are important here at Tony's.
I take it your name is Tony.
Yes, sir. I'm Tony, man. This is my shop. This is where I take care of you, and you take care of my wallet.
Oh, well. Do you have any gunpowder?
I'm sorry, what
Or
was
what they
that?
call it? Black powder?
Black powder. Black powder. The last time we had black powder was, I don't know, about 6 months ago. We gave it to Marcus. He said he had some plans for it. Something about a cave. I don't know, man. We don't get shipments of black powder very often.
That's fine. Just glancing around on my own, I spot I generally see.
You're roboted out again.
Glancing around the shop on my own, what catches my eyes? Any books?
You see a couple of old leather tomes. You see a couple of, based on your arcane history and having come from a larger city, you see a couple of gizmos that you recognize that are pretty generically made to seem magical to people that have no idea what magic actually is. You pretty well get the idea that most of the stuff on the shelves is fake, but there might be a couple of gems amongst the trash.
I'm gonna see if I can pull one of the books off the shelf and kind of flip quick just to see what's in it.
Okay, roll a 1d6 for me to see which book you pick up. Oh, that's fun. So, you pick up the first book, and as you open it up, this big, goofy, fuck-off spring snake comes popping up out of the book in your face, and you hear the book go, and that is literally the only thing in the book.
As it pops out, I basically jump back full as far as I can fly back, and I'm pointing my hand out. The crackling embers of flame are just ready to be just shot out at a moment's notice.
At this, Tony, like, eyes really wide. Whoa, 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 man, look, dude. Alright, look, that is a gag gift. You give it to your mom, it gives her a heart attack, you get the inheritance. Look, man, no, just fucking don't burn the book. It's 20 gold pieces. It's worth a lot of money. There's only like 7 of them. I made them. They're my own invention. Just chill, dude.
He clenches his fist and extinguishes the magic on it, and just kind of takes a deep breath. Well, I back with my friends later on, and I kind of motion over to Novak and message him, "This place is full of shit."
Just look around. I'm gonna just nod.
So Tony kind of scurries over and very gingerly picks up the book and presses the spring snake back into the book and closes it real gently and puts it back on the shelf. All right, man. Look. All right. Do you guys need anything? Like, seriously, before you go touching things and scaring yourself and setting my whole place on fire, man, just talk to me. What do you need?
I'm good for now. We were just browsing.
Alright, look, so if you're not gonna buy anything, I can't have you in my shop, like, trying to burn it down. So, if you're not gonna do any shopping, can I kindly ask you to leave?
Fair enough. I'm just gonna walk out, trying to internally lower my heart rate because I am terrified of snakes.
So, Tony kind of lets out a sigh of relief that you didn't torch his place as you're on your way out the door, and proceeds to go back to just dorking around inside his shop, messing with his stuff.
Oh shit. Okay.
You good, man?
Yeah. I don't do snakes well.
I got you.
Head on up to the alchemy shop.
Alright. So as you go inside the alchemy shop, it's very dark and almost smoky. Not like the blacksmiths where you expected the smoke, but it's like a, you can see different colored smokes swirling with each other in the air in front of you. There's purple smokes, green smokes, pink smokes, just all sorts of different smokes, and there's just a really, really rancid smell. But looking around, you see just walls of potions. And throughout the building, there are a couple of tables that are completely, like, you can see the table, and then you can see the glass case on top of the table with very fancy looking potion bottles inside of the glass cases.
I don't see the shopkeeper in here yet.
Nope. You can't really see him through the smoke clouds.
Does that message still last? Am I still able to talk to him telepathically?
You have not technically responded yet, so I believe it lasts for a minute.
Thanks.
Well, I'm gonna talk back. I'm gonna ask him what he's looking for.
Oh, ask what I'm looking for? I'm just browsing.
Okay.
Just seeing if I have anything to invest this 5 gold in, or if I should just keep a hold of it. Spells would be nice, but they are generally very costly. I'm going to knock on the counter and call out, "Hello, Mr. Tim?"
A somewhat hunched over gentleman kind of stands up through the cloud of smoke, and you can kind of see it part around him. He's about 5'9", 5'10", wearing blue robes and a kind of ironic pointy blue wizard's hat with yellow stars on it.
Excellent.
Yes, my name is Tim. Can I help you?
Yes, your son, Robert, we saw him at the armory, and he told us that of your shop. We just came into town, and I just wanted to get a feel of what all there was to offer here.
Fantastic. Not many people come to the alchemy shop. You know, there aren't many people out there that appreciate the fine art of alchemy. Are you a dabbler in alchemy yourself?
I've briefly studied it, but I'm nowhere near I'm not what you would say a practicer.
Well, you have, if you're looking for potions, concoctions, tinctures, or otherwise, I am your best guy. I have done the best work with alchemy this side of Neverwinter. What are you interested? What are you looking for?
I would assume you have health potions.
Absolutely. We have everything ranging from the very low-end health potions for the less afforded adventurers, and then we have all the way up through these, and he picks up a very large red vial. And he says, these are our most costly. They're about 1,500 gold apiece, but they are guaranteed to take you from the brink of death back to full health and stamina.
You wouldn't have any recipe tomes or spell books in here, would you?
At the moment, no, but I am expecting a shipment within the week. We're supposed to be getting some stuff from one of the High Mage Council in Neverwinter. They're shipping over some of their less sold goods.
I would be very interested in taking a glance at some of those books that come your way. Curious though, and I reach into my pack and I pull out let's see here. A potion with yellow fluid and that has streaks with black swirls. And I set it down on the counter. I was curious, if I were to part with this, how much could I get?
He looks at the potion and kind of, do you mind if I pick it up?
Of course.
And he very, very gently reaches out and picks up the potion and kind of gently swirls it in his hand for a moment and looks it over very carefully. This is a very valuable potion. You really want to sell this?
I'm open to options, just in case it's necessary. And me and my companions just got into town, and we have little to no gold at the moment, so should the opportunity be required, I'd at least like to know how valuable my items are. Barter.
Well, I personally, and the store does not have a lot of actual physical gold on hand. Would you be willing to trade?
Would you be offering as a trade?
Well, you said you were looking for tomes and spells, right?
Among other things, but we are about to be venturing it out for a bit, so health potions would not be amiss.
He kind of wanders through the smoke for a moment, and he's like, you can tell he's thinking. He's rubbing his jaw. He's kind of looking around. Yeah, all right. Wait here. I might have something you'd be interested in. And he goes off through the smoke a little bit farther, and you see a door open. And he goes into the back room. He comes back out of the back room, and he's got a box in his hand. It's about a foot and a half wide, and about 8 inches tall. It's a pretty good little kind of, let me get my hands on camera here, but, you know, pretty good sized box. And he comes over and sets it down on the counter and says, look, man, alright, the only reason I am breaking this out is because of what you just said on my counter. No one else knows that I have this. And he gently starts to open the lid. Inside, you see 3 things. You see a golden egg. You see a ring. And you see a very small book with a couple of loose pieces of parchment sticking out of it. Alright, so here's the deal. For that potion, I will trade you one of these 3 items. They are all very valuable and of equal worth to that potion. One of these items is worth about twice as much as that potion is worth. But I'm not going to tell you which one.
Well, you, mind if I examine them each? Or I make a choice?
Absolutely, but you got to be very careful, and you got to put these on. And he kind of reaches down behind the counter and pulls out a couple of very thick leather gloves that look to be very padded.
I will want to take each one out gently and set it on the counter, like kind of like in a row of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to Nick, who's on my shoulder. I'm going to pluck, and he already knows what's going on, so he kind of like lifts out a feather, and I take a owl feather off of him, and around his neck he actually has a collar, and on that collar is a pearl. I take both of them off, and I'm channeling my power, and I want to identify.
Nice.
I want to see what the hell I'm about to trade for.
Okay. So,
And all I'm doing... Yeah, go ahead.
as you cast Identify, you feel a sharp pain in your hand. You get the feeling that something inside of this shop is blocking your ability to use your magic.
Ow.
What's wrong?
I was going to try to identify these, and the magic backfired. And I kind of like, I'm fixing my hand. I like take it out of the glove for a moment and look at it. And glove.
You don't see any actual physical damage. It was more like just a really rough static shock. And Tim looks at you and says, sorry about that. When working with things in this shop, it's nice to have some magical barriers. And with all due respect, if you want to know what it does, all you gotta do is ask. But this barrier helps keep things from happening that don't need to be happening in an alchemy shop.
I kind of nod and agree. Because I'm dealing around magic. I know what he's talking about. Book. What is this?
Alright, so inside this book, I've got a couple of spells that I haven't been able to sell. In here, I've got a couple of scrolls of magic missile. I've got a scroll of fireball, and I've got a scroll that'll cast summon creature level 3.
Okay. And what about this ring?
Alright, so that ring is actually a very helpful little ring. What that ring will do is it'll add 2 points to your armor class. It'll make you a little harder to hit in combat.
Okay. And this egg?
Alright, so this one is one of my favorites. This egg, if you get poisoned, if you get sick, if you, whatever the circumstance, right? You can use this egg a total of 3 times to completely remove any ailment.
DM question, just making sure. Scrolls I can't copy into my wizard book. I have to actually have the full spell.
Correct.
Okay.
If he's talking, can I do an insight to see if he's telling the truth? If he's kind of lying, or
Absolutely.
no, maybe not.
As far as you can tell, this guy is the most honest person you've ever met.
I like this guy.
I think. And I pick up the ring. I think I'll take this one.
And you'll part with that potion?
Part with the potion.
Oh, my apologies. I was corrected. You can copy a spell from a scroll to your spell book.
No. It didn't seem like any. I already know. You said fireball or firebolt?
Fireball.
Oh. Shit. Fireball, magic missile, and creature level 3?
Yep.
I wouldn't be able to use any of them. Spell. Shit. Okay, so I'm looking at this shit and I'm like. Hang on, give me a second. Morgan is currently tied up in a internal monologue, so if you wanted to do anything, Novak.
Does he sell any vials? Empty vials that hold 8 ounces?
Yeah. He points to a shelf that has just hundreds of 8-ounce vials on it.
Yeah, I just need some 8-ounce vials.
Okay. Ba-da-ba-bum. So that would be. How many do you want?
Like 2. Depends how much they cost, I guess. Just empty vials with, little corks in them or whatever.
I'd say I'd do 10 of them for 1 gold.
Okay, I'll buy 10 of them and give them 1 gold.
Okay.
I gotta make something later.
Okay.
You just bought vials?
Yep.
Empty vials.
Empty vials.
Okay, cool.
We'll talk about it later.
Shit. I keep looking back and forth between the ring and the book, ring and the book, ring and the book.
The ring would be pretty useful.
He chooses the ring and he holds it up. But he points at that book. I'll be back for this one day.
Well, if you come back for it, You're the only person that knows about it, but be prepared to trade something very valuable for it.
I will keep that in mind.
Anything else I can do for you while you're here?
Be it. At least. Oh wait. General health potions. What's a step above your economic version?
This one will heal you just a little bit better. It's, for player knowledge, it's a 2d4 plus 2. And it'll sell for about 75 gold.
Okay, what's your economic health potions?
1d4 plus 1, it'll sell for about 25 gold.
Okay, so we're not. Okay.
You can come back later for those.
Yeah. Okay, no, that'll be it. Let me clear this potion out of my inventory. What am I getting?
Ba-ba-ba. Alright, I am grabbing the item here. And if I can get your character sheet to open ever. Okay, so that is what you got. And I will whisper you what it does in Discord.
Okay.
Boop. Boop. Alright. Alright. So that is the alchemy shop. Is there anything else you would like to do while you're in there?
No, thank him for his time. I fucked that book but until he puts it away, and then we'll leave.
He very quickly scuffles and puts the potion that you gave him very gently inside the box and stows it back in the back room and locks the door behind him.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For those of you who are interested, this is my ring that I just got. It's great.
Nice.
Alright, last round and then sleep.
Later, I'm gonna need your help with something, Morgan.
Okay, I'm assuming it's dealing with the vials.
It is.
Alright. So off to the general store you go?
Yes.
Alright, so at this point, you guys would walk up to the general store and you would see Grum sitting on the steps in front of the general store. About how much of your candy would you have eaten at this time, Grum?
Oh, feels so good.
Did you spend all of your gold on candy?
It's got about half a bag of candy.
Um,
I'm gonna go puke and go night night. Night.
I kind of pat him on the back. Night night, buddy.
He just kind of like burps a bit, you know. Kind of walks off.
Alright, so Grum wanders off in his candy drunken stupor.
Pretty much.
And you guys meander inside the general store?
Yes.
Alright.
He's like that really chubby toddler after Halloween.
So, you make your way inside of the general store, and inside of the general store you see pretty much what you would expect to see inside the general store. You see food, you see some water skins, you see hammers, you see nails, you see shovels and pickaxes, and like I said, pretty much anything you would expect to actually see inside of a general store.
I don't need anything. I'm just kind of looking.
Mm. Do they have any like healer kit or bandages?
You see a couple of basic healing kits on a shelf, kind of like a first aid section. It's got some generic wraps and a couple of generic salves and things that you would use for that.
Okay. Is the shopkeeper in or?
At the moment, you do not see a shopkeeper. And before we move too much farther on, I just did get a ding, and I had been thinking about this for a moment here. It is almost 6 o'clock, which is typically our shut-off time. If we want to continue playing for a little while, that is up to the players.
Can wrap this up and then start back with Rat King next week or next week.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Alright, so let's go ahead and wrap out the general store, get you guys all to the inn, taking your long rest, and then we'll call it, and we will meet back, unfortunately, in 2 weeks. Next weekend, I'm going to be out of state with my mother.
He's gonna be at my house.
But that'll give me a little more time to work on some more maps and get a couple more things put together for you guys. Because you already made it
I want to go kill
a
rats.
little bit farther than I expected you to today. I was not expecting you guys to just walk through the Beetle Queen that well. So,
Sounds good to me.
awesome. So, just to wrap up in the general store here, you see a bell on the table, but you do not see the patron of the shop.
I'll ring the bell.
When the bell rings, a skinny kind of teenage girl comes walking out, and she's 5'6", 5'7", a little bit tall for her age, and she kind of stands behind the counters looking at you guys, and doesn't really say anything, but she kind of looks at you and raises an eyebrow and then lowers the eyebrow and kind of looks back and forth between the two of you. You get the feeling that she's not sure why you're here. Adventurers don't tend to generally come inside the general store.
Greetings, miss. Could you tell me how much the healing kit up there is, or the first aid kit is?
The first aid kit is, let's see, that would be, sorry, pulling up the thing here.
Yeah.
Because that's one I actually don't have off the top of my head memorized.
Because I'm pretty sure nobody took the healing potion route, so we have to do something.
Rations. Healer's kit. Those are gonna be 5 gold pieces a piece.
I kind of look over at Novak. Think it's worth it?
Yeah, we might need that.
I'll go ahead and take the healer's kit, please, and I put my 5 gold counter.
Okay. She takes your 5 gold and kind of meanders over and gathers up all the things that would go into a healing kit and says, okay, for your 5 gold, there's about 10 uses. hopefully you won't need them. And she kind of wraps them up nice and neat and hands them over to you.
How heavy is that? Is that something light that Nick can carry?
Yeah, it's not terribly heavy. It's about 3 pounds.
Cool.
Okay. I added that into my inventory. What's your name again?
Amelia. My name is Amelia.
Pleasure doing business with you, Amelia. I'm Morgan.
It was a pleasure doing business with you as well. And she kind of does a little curtsy. And is there anything else I can do for you, or can I go back to my chores?
That'll be it. Thank you. Sorry for your time. Wasting your time.
Oh,
Good day.
no waste at all. Thank you very much for your purchase. And she kind of goes back to cleaning the counters and...
I'll head out. I'm done. We head over
Yeah.
there.
Okay. So, you guys make your way over to the inn, and you go through the door, and you see the same little room, and the gentleman behind the counter, and yet again, for the player knowledge, but is behind his book.
Ah. But the girl's out now?
She is nowhere to be seen.
Oh. Look around, see if I can see the other party members, which I'm sure they're out.
Yeah, you don't see anybody. You just see the little room with the keys hanging on the wall, the dude behind his book, and the door.
Okay, I'll walk up to him. Evening.
No response.
Walk up a little bit louder, kind of yell like, evening.
And again, he kind of starts from his sleep. Oh, wait a minute. You're not the people that I saw earlier. Who are you?
We need 2 keys, 2 rooms.
Oh, more customers. You guys talked to Boren?
We did.
You adventurous?
Yeah, very much so.
Alright, are you here for business or pleasure?
Just for the rooms, thank you.
Just for the rooms? Are you sure? We got some excellent hookers, man.
No, I'm good.
No.
Alright, man, but if you change your mind, all you gotta do is come ask for Arnold, man. I'm the best innkeeper in town.
Keep that in mind.
And he, again, kind of stumbles over himself, grabs the keys to room 1 and room 3, and sets them down in front of you. Alright, man, those are the keys to your rooms. If you need anything, just remember, man, Arnold, the best innkeeper in town. And immediately after getting those words out of his mouth, face first down on the desk in front of him.
I'll take the key to room number 1.
I'll take my key.
Okay, so you guys kind of look around a little confused and just kind of walk through the side door, and as you make it through the door, young girl comes running up to you. I'm so sorry. Was he awake?
Kinda.
I really need to figure out a way to get him to quit drinking. Okay, so what keys did he give you?
I hold up.
Okay, so room number 1 is right here, and she points to the left. And then she says, and room number 3 is right next to it. So, your rooms are right there. The keys lock and unlock the doors. And if you need anything, just let me know. And I will do my best to take care of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
If I could, just a small washable rag. I'll need.
No, absolutely. If you decide you're hungry, we're having pork chops and hash browns tonight, and our fire starter whiskey is the best this side in Everwinter.
Thank you. What's your name?
My name is Sylvia.
Thank you, Sylvia.
You are most welcome. I'll be right back with your wash rag and your bowl of hot water.
Well, I was wondering, you're You're an alchemist, correct?
Wizard, we dabble in alchemy, but as where I know potions and how to use them, much and how to make them, unfortunately.
I just need your help pouring something into these vials.
Okay.
If you want to go into your room.
Sure. I unlock my room, walk in. Nick flutters off my shoulder finally and finds a perch on one of the desks.
Okay, I take out my alchemy jug and one vial.
Okay.
And I want to make acid.
Okay.
I just want him to help me pour it in there and get it into the vial without hurting myself.
So I'm basically giving you advantage.
Yeah, I don't know how any of that works.
Okay. So go ahead and roll. I'm going to say roll dexterity with advantage. You successfully managed to fill the vial without any incident.
Awesome. Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
I will go to my room.
All right. As you guys are all in your rooms, and Sylvia brings you your wash rag and your bowl to clean up, and bids you a good night, and you guys all wind down for the evening. You start to hear the storm subside. And you all get a very pleasant rest for the evening.
Feels good, man.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that will be the end of our session for the night. We have successfully not had any of the party members die, and we've got a long road ahead of us and a Rat King to face in 2 weeks.
Mhm.
You know what? If the Rat King has 4 little baby turtles that he keeps as a pet, I'm gonna push shit.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for catching the stream. If you did, if you caught it towards the middle or the end and weren't able to see it, hopefully in the next couple of days I will be able to have it uploaded to YouTube. I will get everything situated and ready to rock and roll for that. Just look up the adventures of Ascension, and we'll have it all put up as soon as possible. Thank you very much for your time, and as always, stay classy.